Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the homestead. It's been a while. My cheeks are red. I'm already hot. It's probably been a good month. I've missed being on here. The kids have missed it too. Mr. Jesse Boy hasn't given his memory verse in a while. And it's just one of those things where a busy life. You know, homesteading is not an easy thing. Lots of canning and lots of animals, and just we've been working on our home. Looks a little different in one part of the house. This is the other side of the stove that you guys never normally get to see, and I actually got to make it sort of pretty, so I wanted to show it off a little bit. See? Anyhow, right now we are working on cleaning out the freezer, and I've already canned some bacon. I've already canned some peaches that I had frozen, and I'm working on strawberries, making strawberry jam. And I thought, okay, I've got a new phone because my other phone decided it didn't want to work for YouTube anymore. So I have a new old phone. Because, you know, we're not big budget, we're just a little family, and I'm using phones to upload all of these videos onto YouTube. So hopefully this phone works out okay, hopefully the picture's good, and the lighting's good, and you can hear me okay. We'll find out. This is the first one I'm using this on. But anyway, I'm going to take you along with me while I go ahead and make a lot of strawberry jam. I had 14 quart bags in the freezer. We used 2 last night for strawberry shortcake. And I've drained the juice off. I'll explain that in a minute. And the rest of it we're going to make jam with. Some for my family and some for others. So come with me. Let's get started. Alrighty, let's get going. First of all, always make sure you have everything ready and prepared because this is a fast process no matter what kind of jam you make. We have 7 cups of sugar. Reason being is this is the only kind of pectin that I could find. This pectin takes 5 cups of fruit or juice, 7 cups of sugar, which is a lot. This is going to be a sweet, sweet treat. Remove this box here. So anyway, we have our bowl of sugar ready. We have our pot. Here's my fruit. Hopefully you can see it okay. It's partly pureed, partly chunked up with a little pat of butter. That's to help keep the foam down. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary. It's just something I do. It's an old-timer thing. Make sure all your jars are clean. Make sure you have a clean funnel, ladle, spoon, your lids and rings ready to go. We're going to turn it on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my pectin in with my strawberries and my butter. And then I've got a handy dandy whisk. And we're going to mix it in, get it nice and incorporated. I just slung a berry across there. Did you see that? I don't even know where it went. I saw it go. That's funny. Hopefully it landed back in the pot. Now, I had mentioned to you that these are strawberries out of the freezer. I'm going to grab a quick bag. It's probably going to be kind of drippy and gross. These are local grown berries, okay? Let's try to drip on me. Locally grown. Thawed out. And if you've never done this before, you might not know, but those who have done it before know that you usually get a lot of juice off of them once you thaw them out. They release a lot of liquid. And that can make your jam kind of, I don't know, I don't know what the term is, but just not quite as good. You want a nice, thick, yummy jam, okay? So here's what I do, and I only do this with my local berries because when I drain the juice off, it's a beautiful red, it smells wonderful, you know it's going to be good, it's got, you know, it's not see-through, it's a nice rich juice from the berries. Let's see if I can drop this. There it is. That's how much juice I got off of the 14 quarts of frozen berries. What am I going to do with this? I'm going to make a strawberry jelly with no fruit, just using the juice. Easy peasy, right? Don't throw it away. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. Because they are local berries and they're rich. Store-bought, I probably wouldn't bother. But if you have access to local berries, by all means, save that juice. Alright, now that it's coming up a little bit, we're going to stir constantly. And I wish you could see in the pot. But this phone and this tripod, I tried. It wouldn't let you see. It wouldn't do it right. Not to see the whole process anyway. I might try to move some things around again. This is a very awkward kitchen. This bar here that I cook on, or this counter, sticks out in the middle of the room. And that's why it's just awkward. So we're going to stir The butter's going to incorporate in, and we're going to continue stirring this until the spoon and the movement does not stop the boil, okay? Once it comes to a boil that cannot be broken up, we're going to pour our sugar in all at once. And I can tell you it already smells wonderful. These strawberries, I kind of went overboard last spring. They had a wonderful crop this year. They're locally grown by the Amish, a little bit south of us. And I don't even know how many quarts of berries I bought, but I bought trays and trays of berries. And what we couldn't use this spring, I threw in the freezer. Well, now here I am trying to process them because we certainly don't want it to go to waste. And our favorite way to use it, my personal favorite jam, out of all of the jams that I make, is good old-fashioned strawberry. So, here we are. It takes a little bit. I also have my canner in the background. It has water in it. It's warming up. And yes, this is a new canner. I don't know if you've gotten to see this one or not. Husband bought me that as a gift. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's bigger than my other one, bigger around, stainless. It's got a nice canning rack came with it. That's also stainless, so no more rusting out, at least not for a while. Love it. So now my granite canner has went into a secondary. I only pull it out when I have a lot to do all at once. This is the big one. This is my main one. I also got a new pressure canner too, from when I need more than what my All-American holds. So you may see that in the future. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get some venison this fall, or blessed, not lucky. And while we're canning up deer meat, you can see the new big canner that I've got. My All-American is still my favorite, but this canner is huge. Okay, it's starting to get there. I never thought whenever we started this channel, I always thought it would be more popular because of the gardening and the birds and the animals and the kids. I never thought that canning would be what everybody would enjoy the most out of this channel. It just didn't occur to me. I guess I didn't realize that not everybody does this. I mean, I knew not everybody, but in my area it's pretty common. Anyhow, I've gotten quite a few wonderful, encouraging comments. Questions. I try my best to answer. My phone doesn't always show me all the comments. And then I've had a few people that, holy moly, I don't know what planet they live on, but they feel like it's okay to attack you. And I had one lady that I tried to hold a civilized conversation with, and she was not going to have it. She had some very rude remarks that she made, and so I had to block her. And I would have never thought a tiny, tiny, brand new little channel like this one would have to deal with that so quick. I know they're called trolls, and I know they're common, but... So you guys, you know, all of these videos, everybody has their own way of doing things. Everybody does what's best for their family. And if you don't want to do it the way I do it, that's fine. I'm not telling you you have to. I'm just showing you what we do here. And we're all healthy, and we're all fine. There's lots of different ways to preserve food all over the world. We're not the only ones doing it. And I gotta say, I was just flabbergasted at the way a few people acted. One in particular, but a few. I mean, I knew eventually somebody along the way would come along and argue with me, but not when you're very small. You know, thought I'd have some peace for a while. But no, was not to be. But anyway, for those of you that do enjoy it, I sure appreciate your feedback and your support. Thank you so much. I do this because I enjoy it. It is a lot of work, but it's enjoyable, and I love feeding my family this way. And hopefully through these videos you all will too. You can make a lot with a little. That's what Grandma did. And I always say I'm doing what Granny did. My Granny always saved everything. We're getting close. It's starting to bubble. Starting to make noise. Smells good. I just got splattered. It will pop. Always use a big pot. I say that in every video. Don't use a little one. That won't work. See? My hand just got popped. It's still not a rolling boil though. It's just a pop. Make sure you use your old towels for this because they get stained up. Okay, here she comes. Now listen. And that noise. Dump it all in at once. Yes, it's a lot of sugar. We gotta, woo, that come at me. That's a lot of sugar. We gotta do what we gotta do. Things are getting hard to find. My local Walmart, we don't have a very big one, we have a little one, took the canning section out a few weeks ago, like completely. I would check the canning out every time I would go, sometimes some weeks more than others, looking for lids for friends and supplies for myself. And one day I walked up to the aisle and it was gone. They took everything out. They don't even have the pectin there. I have to go to the grocery department now to get pectin. And you can't always find that. Okay, now that I poured it in, make sure it's good and incorporated, and it is. I see a few big chunks of strawberries. We're going to like that. Might chop that one a little bit. Once again, we're going to stir until it comes to a boil, and we're going to boil it for 1 minute. And it's loosened up quite a bit now because of the sugar, so I won't get popped quite as bad as I was. But anyway, if you can find your supplies, get them. And I'm not going to lie to you. I have reused lids. I have no problem reusing lids. If you don't want to, don't do it. If you don't want to. But if you think about it, save those lids where the seals are not damaged. They're not bent. Put them up. You may need them. They call it rebel canning. I got in trouble for that too. But at any rate, I'm not harping on it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just amazed. Alright. Pretty, pretty. Gonna be soon. My girl made this mitt for me. How cute is that? She sewed it for me. Turn it up just a hair. So, what's your favorite way to use strawberries? I looked into strawberry pie filling, but from what I read and from the advice that I was given, because I'd never made it before, because we usually eat strawberries way too fast to make pie filling, they say it doesn't keep in the jar very long. And I sure don't want it to waste after going through all that effort. So the best way to use them is to either keep them frozen, which I can't, I have to clean the freezer out, and to make jam, or dehydrate them. So what's your favorite way, or unusual way, to use up strawberries? I've made strawberry peach jam, I've made jalapeno strawberry jam, of course traditional strawberry jam, strawberry jelly. I've never done the strawberry rhubarb because my family's just not big on rhubarb. But I know that's one that a lot of people really enjoy. So you can take this jam, especially if you have it like in the pint jars like I'm using today, and you can make a little cobbler, a little strawberry cobbler with it, and it's very good. It doesn't make a very big cobbler with just one jar, but it's very good. I feel like I'm rambling. Try to think of what else is new on the homestead. All of our new baby birds are grown. I have some pullets that are due to lay eggs in November. So we're going to be butchering our old girls in a couple weeks as soon as it gets cold enough that the flies are gone. Hasn't happened yet. It's actually been warmer than usual right now. We have what we call the teenage turkeys running around. Hopefully we'll have those butchered for Thanksgiving dinner. The rabbit master hasn't been mastering the rabbits much lately. He's been sleeping in, but he'll have to do an update with you guys. Show you how they're all doing. The garden. I still haven't tore out the summer garden yet. I'm letting some stuff go to seed. I do have some broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower in the ground. And it is growing. We'll see what we get if, you know, the days are getting shorter. I still have yet to sow my lettuce seeds. I'm behind. My own fault. I switch hands back and forth a lot because the steam's hot, in case you're wondering. Gives my hands a break. It's taking longer than usual. Oh, I'm starting to see bubbling. I watched the pot never boils. I took my eyes away for just a second. Here it is. Alright, timer for 1 minute. I'm going to turn it down just a hair. Hopefully you can hear it. boiling. Clean ladle. I even have my cute little strawberry towel ready to go. My next batch, I might try to set up the camera so you can see down into the pot better. There's just no room here. I've tried several different angles. But you sure can't see it like this, huh? You're just going to take my word for it. And listen. Woo, she hot. That time's up. Whoa, take it off of there. I'm going to stir it for just a little bit longer. I want that fruit mixed. I don't want it floating up to the top. Let that strawberry splatter all over my stove. Okay, now, sorry, trying to set. If you use the strawberry juice, I might do a separate video on that for you. For those that want to see about that, not necessarily this. But anyway, if you do that, you can not only use it for your biscuits and your toast, but you can also use it as an ice cream topping. You want to talk about yummy? Banana splits. You can even use it to make a glaze out of it for later, for a cake or a bread. Lots of different ways to use it. Jams or jelly. I had somebody ask me about headspace. I'm not a stickler. I get it up there as close as I can. When you've been canning for a long time, you kind of just get comfortable, do things your own way. A lot of the same principle when it comes to cooking. Everybody cooks stuff differently. We all have our own recipes. If you're new and you feel like you need to use a little measuring stick that comes with all the kits, go ahead. Do what's best for you. I just look at it. Never had a problem. My darling daughter, who does the editing, is going to love this. I don't know if I'm going to get a whole other pint or not. I have to make some bread today for this fresh jam. Pretty good. 5 pints, 1 extra. Save that for the next round. Put all my stuff in here. Clean rag, I had it ready to go. Damp, clean. We're going to wipe our rims and make sure there's nothing there. Double check for any nicks too. You don't want any chips or nicks in the rim. Nice and clean. Good and hot. Okay. Alright, let's get ready to move it to the canning. I have to wipe the stove off in a minute. Water's already good and warm. I do this with my hands because my hands are old and tough. You don't have to do it that way. Handy dandy jar lifter. Look how pretty. Kind of hard to see the color, but it's a really rich red. Can you see it? Very pretty. Okay. It's going to continue warming up. I'm going to drop it in the canner. I'm going to do a little cleanup work, and I'll be back. Okay, we're ready to drop her in the canner. Carefully. Make sure that your water is at least a couple inches above your jars. Gotta get my lid. Because I'm doing pints, I'm personally going to can this for 15 minutes. Let it water bath. You can do 5 for the half pints, and you normally do 10 minutes for pints. Some of these berries are almost whole, so I'm going to do 15. Not going to hurt anything. Don't yell at me for going longer. All right. She's steaming up and ready to go. It's already starting to boil. So 15 minutes for me. Here we go. So while my canner's going, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my strawberries for the next batch. I already have my 7 cups of sugar in a bowl behind me. I'm going to have my 5 cups of fruit here that I'm going to puree in my processor to have everything ready to go for the next round. I'm going to move you out just a little bit. Let me even move you down a little bit. So you can see, you can hear it over here. It's ramping up. So, what I'm going to do, grab a little bag of strawberries. This one still has just a bit of juice. I'm going to hold it over this bowl that you can't see. Pop it in the food processor. I do save these bags. If it's fruit or vegetables, I wash them and I save them. If it's meat, I do not. Just to be safe. Okay. Okay, anyhow, we're going to make a little noise. I have a measuring cup here that I used before I put it in there. Little rubber spatula. This is the first 2 cups. We're going to do 5 total. There's a lot of different ways to do this. This is how I'm doing it. Okay, let's get another bag. Whoop, the spatula fell down. And I just hold it over this because they're drippy. This one doesn't have a huge amount of water. So in the processor it goes, or water. Juice. It's not water. You know what I mean. I think I'm going to add another one. Well, this one does have some juice. You can see it in there. So we're going to come over here to the bowl. And just let it drain off. We're going to have a lot of jelly, y'all. At least a couple batches. Getting all this excess juice off of here helps with your jam. If you want it good and full of fruit. Alright, that's plenty there. Get that last strawberry out. Come out. Okay. Here we go again. Measuring cup. Two more. And here we go. And I may already have my 5th one, so I'm going to go ahead and look. It looks to me like this should be enough. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Making messes, making messes. just a hair too much, so I'm going to scoop a little bit back out. Okay, there's your 5th. So now we have our 5 cups of fruit in. And now we're going to take a knife and get just a little pat of butter. I mean, it's a little bit, it's not a lot. And drop it. Okay, and now we're ready for the next batch. I know the lighting's not great, I'm sorry. I'm going to set it over here out of the way. Now, the fruit that's in here, it's okay. I'm going to put the lid on it, tuck it to the side, and it'll be for the 3rd round. And that's all there is to it. That just kind of keeps everything moving, going along, makes the process go just a little bit quicker. Once this is done with its water bath canning, I'll be right back with you. Time's up. All I'm going to do, flip the stove off, shut off my timer. Do not open this yet. See all the steam coming out? We're going to leave this canner alone until it becomes completely calm. And then I'm going to take the lid off, give it a few more minutes, and then remove the jars and place them over here on a clean towel. Keep that in mind. We'll be right back. The canner has calmed down. So I'm going to, well, oh, hold on. Going to lift my lid away from my face. I'm just looking. So a little bit of bubbling, so I'm going to let it have just a couple more minutes before I remove it. It's ready. Very slowly lift your jars out of the canner. If there's a little water on top, it's not a big deal. I'm going to gently move it over. Don't go too fast. Nice and easy. And set it down on your towel. It just popped. It already pinged. Next. Oh, they're popping and pinging before they even get out. Same thing. Nice and gentle. This particular size jar is because it's for our family, so we don't need the little half-pint jars. A lot of times I'll put, can you hear that? A lot of times I'll put jam in half-pint jars, but this one's got pints. Let's see if we hear it. I'm gonna wait till I talk. Another one. I did not put vinegar in these this round because I'm having to wash all my jars and stuff off anyway. So I just saved the vinegar. Prices on everything are going up. It doesn't take but a few minutes to wash it off. But if you have something you really want to make sure it comes out nice and pretty and clean, throw a little vinegar in your water. There it is. Okay. Lid goes back on. I'm going to move this canner out of the way. I'm going to bring my other big pot over. And I already have all of my stuff ready for round 2. As you can see. Actually, this would be... No. Yeah. I've lost track of how much canning I've done. This is round 2. Then we'll be working at round 3. Okay. Pot. 5 cups of berries, pat of butter. We're going to turn it on. Sure gel pectin. I'm going to have to go find some more. I like to use a whisk to get it in nice and thoroughly mixed. Okay. Hopefully you can see this good. There it is. Got the oven on. Here's my spoon. Gonna stir it till it comes to a boil. starting to get there. It's a little bubbly. Can you hear it? But I can still break it up with the spoon, so it needs to be a good rolling boil. I am going to turn this down just a hair so that I don't get popped quite so easily. If I leave it rest a minute, hear it, but we're still breaking it up with the spoon. Oh, I got popped. Oh, here she comes. As you see, it's still going. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the sugar in all at once. And stir, stir, stir. Get that incorporated in. Your strawberry is going to get a little bit looser, a little more liquefied. Alright, I've got strawberries all over my stove now. Again, much looser. Can you see the difference? Now once this comes to a boil, we're going to boil it hard for 1 minute. Okay, good roll and boil. Can you see it? We've got 1 minute. And yes, there's a good chance you're going to get popped. Just keep stirring. Don't stop. You don't want it to scorch. That pretty red. "28 seconds. Time to switch hands. Woo! She hot. "13 seconds. I have someone talking to me. Got my cute mitt. 1 second. Pop her off. Immediately remove it. Set it off the stove. Shoo! It's hot. Okay, we're giving it good stirring just for up to a minute after you remove it from the stove. I had to quickly switch sides. I am not good at this, guys. It's a miracle even any of you stay with me. Alright. I'd say that's good enough. Wipe off the stove again. This time we're doing half pints. Jars are clean, funnel's clean, ladle's clean, everything is good and clean. Okay? I don't know how many I'll get, so I just grabbed a bunch. I kind of butt it right up to the thing. There's one. This is my absolute favorite. I know I've already said that, but oh my goodness. If I had some fresh bread made right now, honestly, who needs bread? Just eat it just like this, it'll be fine. Get your spoon. Hopefully you can see from the consistency of this jam the good reason why I take all the juice off of the frozen berries before I do this. I mean, it would all work out. It would still be yummy. This is going to set fine, and it would probably set fine with your juice still in it. However, the thickness of the berries just wouldn't be the same. You're going to have a little berry with a lot of juice. This way you get 2 different batches. And your nice, thick, berry-laden jars. And then you're going to have a strawberry jelly for later, so you get the best of both worlds. Yeah, 10. I figured. Good guess, good guess. Maybe a little more. Alrighty. We're going to get these all topped off with clean lids and rings and get them in the canner. Okay. Canner, still hot. Plenty of water. These are smaller jars, so I probably don't even need to add any. We're going to add them in one by one into this top rack here. And lower them carefully. Everything's good and hot. Some people say you shouldn't use the same water bath water. I do. If I need to add to it, I add to it. You do you. I'll do me. As long as everything's good and hot, and these are, for sure, should not have a problem. You hear it cranking up already. That's just the canner. Looks like we'll pull over. Come back up. This rack's a little open in the middle. You gotta do it just right for the small jars. Okay. Lower them slowly. Plenty of water in there for them. Once this comes up to a full rolling boil, we're going to water bath can this for 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, I can't stand it. There's a little bit of jam left in that pot, and it's about lunchtime. It's 11 minutes before noon, lunchtime. I've got some bunny bread. I got some store-bought peanut butter. This is the perks of the job, y'all. We're going to have a good old-fashioned PB&J with some more jam. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You can't let it go to waste. There's a lot of work in that. And this pot's getting ready to get washed out for the jelly. So, I mean, what do you expect me to do? Let it go to waste? Ourselves a little knife. Bunny bread's really soft stuff. Look at that. There you go. Oh, making a little mess. I'm going to enjoy my lunch. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so they're all done. They're pulled out of the canner, right?
Right.
We got 10 half pints, 5 pints, and we have several more to go. But we're going to sign off for now. Jesse Boy is going to take us out.
Psalms 34, verse 8, Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Do what you can right where you are. Have a great day on the homestead.
Do what you can right where you are.